everyone, I hope you're safe and well. It's Paul79 here. How you doing? Me, I am absolutely cream crackered. Oh, it's Friday night. What a week it's been. Oh my God. Yeah, I am so tired. Very busy week at work. I'm so busy. But yeah, all good, all good. I really do enjoy my job, but yeah, it's I'm glad it's the weekend, and I'm gonna hopefully chill out a bit more this weekend and sort of potter around and stuff like this. But yeah, I hope you've all had good weeks. We're celebrating tonight because we've notched up 1,000 hours of you lovely people watching me, right? Which is a milestone. So first and foremost, I thank you all for doing that. The reason why I'm talking about this is because if you ever want to make money out of YouTube, right? First of all, you've got to have 1,000 subscribers, which I've got. And again, I thank you everyone, because I sent out a lot of begging letters, texts, blah, 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 posters at bus stops. You know what I mean? But you also need to notch up 4,000 hours of people watching you, right? So, and you know, YouTube are very clever. You know, I tried, you know, well, I didn't try. I won't say that. You can't just put it on loop and let it play for like, you know, 6 months. You know, they're cleverer than that, which is fine. So yeah, I'm not going to cheat the system, but yeah, so we've got to notch up 4,000 hours. So hopefully we're a quarter of the way there, 25%. So yeah, thank you everyone for, you know, supporting this, and, you know, hopefully maybe by Christmas, who knows, we can start earning some money for charity, which is what this is all about, and helping people build their cars. Couple of shout outs. First of all, good friend of mine, Samia. I've known her for a good few years. She started watching some of the videos. Yeah, so hello Samia, I hope you're okay. Another shout out, good friend of mine, Ella. She celebrated her birthday yesterday. I don't know how old Ella is, but you know, it's rude to sort of ask people's ages these days. But Ella, I hope you had a lovely day. Sorry I couldn't see you, and please promise me that you'll stretch out all these celebrations well into the weekend, so you can have a birth weekend as opposed to just a birthday. What else have I done? Okay, I've done my birthday Lego, so there you go, that's your Mustang. I thought it might be a bit bigger than that, but anyway, I very much enjoyed doing it. I did it last Sunday, and yeah, started it about 11 and finished about 11:30. See, I'm a nightmare, because if I start something, I've got to finish it. Apart from that thing, yeah, I know I've started it and I haven't finished it, but you know, it's just like I just get so focused and just like bang, got to finish it, got to see the end result. And yeah, I'm really pleased. So that's another one to go on the shelf and get dusty. It also made me start looking at the other Lego sets that are out there. There's that green Lamborghini, which is about 200 quid. And they also do a Ferrari one as well, which is a bit more than 200 quid. But I can't buy them, because I know if I buy them, I'll just build them straight away. And I've got to I nearly swore there. I've got to flip and finish that real car over there. So maybe when that's gone to paint, I will treat myself, because I've got to do that puzzle as well, haven't I? What else has happened? Oh yes, so my friends, my lovely friends, did a collection for me for my birthday, and I put it towards this new gear knob, and that's turned up, and that's lovely. So I got one of these for the grey GT3 I did, and they're really nice. It's all on eBay. It's £120, which is quite a lot of money for a gear knob, but you've got to remember, you get the gator as well. It's real leather, and it's just a, you know, take the other one off, clip it in place, etc, etc. I mean, it turned up Wednesday, but it was so I've been so busy, I haven't had a chance to fit it. So I'm going to fit that tomorrow, hopefully, if the weather holds up, because it's absolutely peeing down with rain. Very cold in here now. I've definitely got to get some sort of heating in this garage. other things, I won't go into too much detail, but basically my steering wheel project, you know, I bought a steering wheel for my birthday last Friday. Just don't tell my beautiful wife how much it cost. I've had to buy a few extra bits for it. So this is the back cover for it. And you know, this is one of 2 little pieces that go in the spokes. Again, I won't go into much detail, but I had to buy them from Porsche, so I went and got them, picked them up on Wednesday, so that's great. What else we've got to talk about? Yeah, we're gonna go. We're all gonna have a lovely family day out tomorrow, where we all get our COVID jabs. So that'd be nice. I'm going for my 5th one. Why have I, being so young and fit and, you know, athletic, on my 5th? Well, the reason why I tell you this is because I actually have a condition. It's a chronic condition, and I've always thought the word chronic sounds quite bad, doesn't it? It's chronic. Oh, you've got a chronic condition. That just means you've got something that's long term. So I have a condition called Ulcerative Colitis, and if you don't know what that means, I'm going to put some stuff in the description anyway, but it's basically, it's a bit like Crohn's disease. It's like a bowel problem. It's an autoimmune one, so it basically, in layman's terms, which helps me, it means your body attacks itself, right? And I got diagnosed with it in July 2020, so we're right in the middle of lockdown, right? And yeah, I just couldn't stop going to the toilet, and I went to the toilet for a good month. I lost 2 stone. I was very ill, and by the time I managed to get an appointment, etc., etc., I had to go and have a colonoscopy, and yeah, I got diagnosed with that. And it's something that some people are quite embarrassed to talk about, but I don't care. You know what I'm like. You know what I'm like. I don't care about it. You know, I just have to go to the toilet every now and then. And the problem for me is it's just a case of suddenly you can be fine, and then suddenly, oh my God, I need to go, and it's a run. You know, a run to the toilet. Anyway, so I always carry my man bag around with me, with my toilet roll, and me bum wipes and all that sort of thing. But yeah, that's what I've got. So that's why. So I'm classed as clinically vulnerable. So I get, you know, I get the jabs earlier than people my age normally would. So yeah, so that's what we probably didn't need to tell you that, but that's what's going on. And the thing is about it is, I guess people are a bit embarrassed about talking about it, but you shouldn't be, because it's only when you actually talk to people and they say, oh, why you been off work for a bit and all that sort of stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, I've been diagnosed with this, and they go, oh, my brother's got that, or my cousin's got that, and you just don't realise actually how common it is. Touch wood, and I'm going to touch some wood, right? Now, here we go. There is some wood in my car. It's the only Porsche 911 probably to have some wood. So I'm going to, there you go, touched it. Ow, bang my fingers. But touch wood, I've been okay. I've been a bit up and down in the first year, and we've like mucked around with medication, and you know, there's been some medication that made me quite down. But you know, I'd like to say I'm probably in remission. Again, touch wood. But on Wednesday I've got to go and have my MOT, so I've got to go and have a colonoscopy, and yeah, that's just the way it is. Like, you know, I don't care. It's part of life, isn't it, really? So that's what I'm going to do. And you know, I've had a few now over the last couple of years, and I guess the worst part about it is you have to drink this drink beforehand to sort of clear you out. I know I'm being a bit rude here, but yeah, there's no point sort of beating about the bush. That's the way it is. And I just want to raise awareness about it. It's a lot more common than you think, and you know, so when people talk about it, they open up. And if anyone actually wants to talk to me about it, yeah, fine, just send me a message and we'll have a chat, because I've sort of I had it and it was really bad, and I sort of overcome it, and yeah, like I said, touch wood, I'm gonna bust my fingers in a minute. Things are going okay. I've learned to live with it. It hasn't sort of changed my life drastically at all. I've had a few near misses. I've had a few near misses, but we've been okay. So yeah, like I said, invitation open to people there. If they ever want to talk about how I've dealt with it, that is fine. And the thing is everyone deals with it in their own sort of way. You know, you might have to give up certain foods. So I love a steak, I love red meat, but I have to sort of tone that down a bit now because it doesn't agree with me. But other people are different, and you know, there's plenty of forums out there, etc., to help you. But I guess it's sort of like finding your happy medium, etc., etc. Anyway, I'm talking a lot now. But so for the people that, you know, want to actually listen about car stuff, now is the time. So what we're going to talk about, we do it tomorrow, right? Because I'm so knackered. But we're going to talk about DRLs, right? Daylight running lights, right? Now this has got a lot of tape on it, so you can't actually see the light, but I do that to sort of protect the lens while I'm sort of fitting it. So that's what we're going to do. I will do it tomorrow, and I hope you all have a lovely evening and take care. And I've put the oven on about 20 minutes ago, so that should be ready. So I'm just going to go and cook my dinner. All right, see you later, bye. Right, morning everyone. Hope you're all right. So, DRLs, right? So I've got this other one out. So this is the driver's side, taking the tape up. So there's a lot to get through. So let's just start with the actual light, right? So get these. I've never had to buy a brand new one. They're quite popular on eBay. They're a very nice looking light. And basically they serve two functions, right? So this top bit here, this is your actual indicator. And then this little strip here, that is your DRL light, and it's also your side light, right? Now, when it's a DRL, that strip's really bright. And when it's not a DRL, when it's a side light, it's not as bright, okay? Now, by law, apparently, if you have DRLs on your car, they come on all the time, right? They come on when your ignition's on. But when you put your side lights on, they have to go off, right, by law. So there are actually four, in the plug here, there are 4 pins, right? So one is earth, one is for your indicator, one is for your side light, so your dim light, and then one is for your bright light, your DRL, right? Now, what we need to do, so these come like this, and as I spoke about on the last video, this section here, this sort of, you can see it's a bit of a it's sort of, there we go, that's better. You see this sort of half semicircle, or semicircle. Half a semicircle would be a quarter, wouldn't it? But that's where your headlight washer jets will sit, and you can see I've actually got my zip tie there as well from when I've trial fitted them. In terms of how they actually, well, how you actually mount them in the car. Now, you can just get them like this, right, and fit them in the bumper. Here, let me show you. There we go. So the idea is it fits in like that, yeah? So when you get your kit and you're sort of trimming up your bumpers, this will all be fiberglass here, so you have to cut it all away and file it down. What you want to do is this edge bit here, you want to take that back quite a bit, not too much, and then also this little edge here, so it sort of fits snug. And you might find the return on the inside of this, you need to file back as well. So the thing is, it's a lot of trial and error, first of all, with the bumper side of things, which is why when I'm doing it, I cover them in tape to protect them, because you're forever putting it in and out like that, and you don't want to damage it, okay? Now, in terms of mounting them, right, you could fabricate some sort of brackets, right, to attach them to, right? If you want, you could piggyback off some of the car metal, maybe the headlight tray, but I've never done that. And the reason being is, oh, my knees. Let's come over here. So the reason being is, if you, I'll tell you what, let me start another one. Okay, so what we have here, this is like the parts diagram from a normal 991 Carrera. And you can see this is the front bumper, right? And you can see that cutout is very much like our cutout there for the light. Now, this bit here, if you actually do a GT3, not an RS, right, you'll need this sort of section here. And this is like the grille that goes in that hole there, and it fits lovely, right? So when I did the GT3, I had to buy these anyway, and they also serve as the mounting mechanism for the DRLs, right? I know this is the other side, but you can tell what I mean, yeah? That is sort of a surround that the DRL bolts to at the back. Now, what I'm gonna do, I've got another picture of it a lot more close up, right? So on the GT3, I bought this whole thing. They're not much, they're about 30 quid from 30, 40 pounds, brand new from Porsche. And you don't actually, and all this bit up the top here, and you see that where that number 5 points to, that's actually goes into the back of the headlight here. Now, you don't actually need any of that stuff. So when you buy these, when I did the GT3, I cut all of this bit away, yeah, because it's not needed. And I just was basically left with something like that. And the DRL bolts into the back. And these bits at the top here are where you actually screw the DRL into. You see these holes at the top of the light? That goes in behind that plastic and just screws in with, like, I use tech screws. Now, on the RS, again, the grills here, you've seen them, I make them by hand. But you can still use this thing, it's just you need to cut away a bit more of the plastic because you don't need this grill bit here. So what you get left with, and here's one I prepared earlier, Blue Peter style, is one of them. Oops, let me go out a bit. Oops, not that, not that. Okay, so here's one I prepared earlier. So you can see it's basically, a lot of that stuff is cut away. So actually where that sort of curve is, no, it's not. Well, basically that would have gone to the underside of the headlight, and all of this plastic I've cut away because you just don't need it, right? But you can see that the DRL will fit. I can't do it with one hand, but look, you're getting the idea, right? The DRL fits like that. I think you actually put it in from the front. No, you do put it in from the back. I'll do it properly in a sec. But yeah, this is how I use to mount them. Now, what I do is when it's final time to fit it up, right, I put the DRL in situ, screw it in the back, and then I actually glue this frame. So I put bond, I rough it all up, scratch it all up so it sticks better. And I put glue all the way around here. And I put it in place and pull it forward. And remember, you have your headlight jet as well, because that also helps it come forward. And you can put sort of a block behind it to push that plastic, all of this that will be glued, have glue on it, and it glues to the inside of that. And then basically, this is in place, and if you ever needed to change the light, okay, it'd be a bit awkward, but you can just get inside and undo the 4 screws that holds it in. All right, so I'm going to put it in place now. So the light is now inside this thing. I haven't secured it, but you see how it is, and you can work out how I make it work, yeah? Because basically there's glue there, that's in place. You've got the body kit that sits over at the top of this edge bit. And that is just a very simple way to mount them. Now, if I turn it round, you can see there's the hole there. You literally secure it in place with these screws. Now, what I would say is if you actually look, so this is the other side of that hole, right? So the screw end will poke through like that. Of course, that's plastic, right? So I wouldn't recommend taking these in and out too many times, right? Because eventually that plastic will wear away. So that's what I've done. On this particular one, down the bottom, I think I actually busted the hole, or the thing that it screws into. So I've put one of those clips in there, so that actually screws through into metal and it's more secure. But yeah, it's a very sort of simple way to do it, and it works. So now I've put it in place. I've secured it just with 2 screws because I don't want to keep doing it in and out. So you can see what I'm talking about. The screw pokes forward there. I've probably put the wrong one back there because you can see the edge of the screw protrudes over this. So I should have used this shorter one. But anyway, I'm not going to keep changing it. But you get what I mean, because you don't want that sticking out, because that'll knock on the inside of that. But there you go. So that's how that is. So next, I think we're going to talk about the wiring of them. So there are 2 ways you can wire these up, an easy way or a hard way. Now, the easy way, and that's the way I've done it on the white car out the front. Basically, I have it so on these, just the indicators work, obviously, because you need that. And then this strip here, I use that as a side light, right? And that's it. So when the ignition goes on the white car, these don't light up. And if I want to get that effect of a daylight running light, I just put my side lights on. The problem is, if you put your side lights on to get your DRL effect, obviously your rear lights are on. Nothing wrong with that, I suppose, but that's what I did. And I did that on the grey car as well. However, and if you're going to do it that way, which is very simple, in theory, you only use 3 out of the 4, yeah? Earth, indicator, and bright light, yeah? So there'll be a connection that you don't use, right? Or you could try and be clever and do it a different way. Now, this is a diagram that I made this morning. I can't take credit for it because my good friend Mark, he told me how to do this. But what you can do is you can wire these up so they're proper, insofar that when you turn the ignition on, the bright light comes on. When you then put your side lights on, that bright light goes dim. And also, these cars don't have front fog lights, but this wiring will also then make, once you put your headlights on and you want to put your fog lights on, you can make that go bright again and be your fog lights, right? And that's what this diagram is all about, okay? So this bit down the bottom is the 4 pins at the back of the light. And then at the top here are, from the car wiring loom, stuff coming in, right? So you need 2 relays, yeah? So it's just a standard relay. I don't know what they're called, but, you know, these numbers, you know, they're all the same on them. And basically, this is how you do the wiring. So indicator is obviously straight from the indicator loom, standard anyway. You earth the light, obviously, so you need an earth there. But then what you have here is the power from the side light. It will go straight to the side light there. But then you've also got these relays going on. So the idea is the ignition, this sort of relay, helps power the DRL. And then this relay helps switch it. So when you turn the side lights on, the side lights will come on. And then this one also helps when you then go even further and do your fog lights, it puts them back onto the bright DRL. Okay. Now I'll stick this diagram at the end, so you can have a look. In terms of the wiring, basically, I know it looks like spaghetti junction, but here you've got 2 relays. So you need to do 1 each side as well. So these 2 relays do the drivers, these do the passenger, and it's all nice and tidy and neat, okay? We talked about these other bits before. There are the canvas error cancellers, And these resistors are to slow down the indicator flash, because the indicators are LEDs and on the standard box they weren't, right? So that just helps make it all work. So what I'm going to do now is actually, so here is the wiring that I've all done. So that one, that's the side indicator, but that's my connection that goes in the back of the DRL. I've got a lovely long wire, so that will go through in there. And I'm just going to give you a demonstration now. Right, okay. I'm going to shout a bit so you can hear me. But, okay, so key is not in the ignition at the moment. As soon as I put it in, turn the ignition on, DRLs, right, bright light. There's the indicator, flashing lovely. And now what I do is I'll switch on the side lights. And you see it goes dim, right? So that's your side light. I've now put the headlights on, obviously they're not working. But then if I want to do the fog lights, it goes bright again. Fog lights off, side light. So now the side lights are off, the DRL's back on. And if I then take the key out of the ignition, it's gone and it will switch off. Ding! Magic! So there you go. That's it. It's going to be quite a short video, this one. I thought I was going to have to go on and on and on and on, but no, that's it really. Obviously, you've got to sort out all your wiring and you know which is what, but if you take your time, it's fairly simple. Now, you know, you might not want to do this whole relay malarkey, in which case it's then really simple, because all you need is 3 wires. Side lights, indicators and earth, which, you know, you should be able to easily identify when you take your Boxster wiring loom apart. But yeah, so I'm going to go off on my COVID jab now, and have a good weekend, the rest of you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!